Hey everyone, welcome to March's Great Lock-In Challenge Sensory Grounding. This is the informational pinned video for you, so be sure to go find the daily posts starting tomorrow, Sunday, March 1st. We're going to be exploring some interesting variations with this because when I first dug into creating this challenge for March, the only one I really found was that classic countdown, sit and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, etc. But we're going to have a number of variations within the sensory grounding umbrella, if you will, such as we're going to do vertical scans. We're going to, take note of what we're seeing when we look up, when we look down. We're going to do 360 environmental rotations, so there should be some Gabe being outdoors. I'll be outside hopefully, weather permitting. It is March tomorrow and I do live in Michigan, so we'll see how that works. And just to name a few, there's several variations because I wanted to keep it interesting throughout the entire month. But I do want to give a quick recap from last month's informational post, which I'll be taking down. It's my current pinned post as I'm recording this. I'm doing this because I have been struggling to find the therapy I need, and I have been living with and raw dogging PTSD for 13 years, having difficulty finding the proper therapy I need under my current circumstances. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm still fighting to find therapy to the best of my ability in my current circumstances. I'm also the type of person that tends to figure out how to do things on my own. Okay, that's a trauma response. I know it is. But um, I decided that, there are things that I can do for myself. And the reason I decided to bring this to social media originally is because I naturally, with my current state of my mental health, I'm struggling to stay consistent with a lot of things I want to get done. And quite frankly, I just need some fun in my life. So I thought, well, this would be a good way to do it, is to put it on social media, invite anybody who wants to join in on this to join me so that we too can test out all of these tools to add to our own self-care toolbox, if you will. So if I need those moments, need any one of these exercises, for lack of a better term, in the moment, I have a number that I know will work for me because I spent an entire month. You get the point. Okay, so um, as always, I invite you to join me since I am putting this on social media. But let's get into March a little bit. I want to talk about why sensory grounding helps. It is because that these multisensory practices activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest, as opposed to the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the anxiety, the fight or flight mode that we get in. And these sensory grounding practices help interrupt anxiety by bringing our awareness back to our body's present safety signals. So basically, we're showing our bodies that we're in a safe place if we can sit and do these exercises for about 60 seconds, 2 minutes, that kind of thing. So, we're going to be kicking this off tomorrow, Sunday, March 1st, and hopefully it will be less messy than February. Got a little off track and decided to finally just say, fuck it, you know what? I'm doing it anyway, and I'll get caught up on the daily post and I'll batch everything together. And I just finished the last few that I hadn't done throughout the week. So I'm proud of myself. I actually finished them all for the month. So if you want to go back and do the self-hug challenge through February that we finished today, feel free. It's just go to my profile. You can find that. So, we're going to shift gears out of self hugs to sensory grounding for the month of March. And I'll do my best to stay consistent this much, and hopefully it'll be less messy than February. But, we keep rolling with things. That's the only thing that we can do. So I promise to do my best to post the actual exercise that we're going to do each day on the day that I scheduled them for myself, and hopefully have some fun and hopefully find things that work for us, especially for those of us who are struggling right now to find proper therapy for what we need. We can do these things ourselves, and I'm bringing you things that actually work. There is actual scientific evidence behind all of this. You'll notice that in a lot of my posts, depending on what we're doing and what information I provide. The horrors of college and having to cite my references properly as I look at my bachelor's degree. So I give you the references for all the for the scientific information that I'm finding and where I pull my information I'm giving to you. So if you want to join me for March, we're going to start tomorrow, March 1st. It's Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you join me.